We're back on golf today. How about this post from Tour Pro Mark Hubbard on Saturday? Off-season update. I accidentally didn't register for the Procore Championship, so I'm no longer in the field, but I did just break the Pop-A-Shot record at Blue Jack National, so things are going pretty well. So Hubbard instead decided to go play the Monday Q, and as fate would have it, secured one of the 4 spots into this week's Procore Championship after shooting a 7-under 65 at YOLO Flyers Club. And afterwards, he explained what led to this series of events.
Why are you in the Monday Q?
Short answer, I missed the commitment deadline on Friday by about 23 minutes. Had some technical difficulties with my phone. Last second, I dropped it in a cold plunge on Thursday, so I didn't really have it for a while. But I mean, at the same time, I should have probably committed a long time ago. I was pretty frustrated after Memphis, and really needed to just check out from golf, and I did that, and it was a good thing for me mentally and physically and for my game, but this is one of the things that fell through the cracks, unfortunately, so I'm glad I hopefully took care of business today. Kind of feels like a second home. My wife's from Sacramento, so all of her family come out. I have a lot of family that come, and then I went to school in the Bay Area, not too far away. So I just have a lot of friends and family in the area, and it's Napa too. I like wine. We call it one of the wives majors. It's just a great week. So yeah, I think no offense to some of the other tournaments, but I don't know if I would have done the Monday if I had this same mistake at some of the other ones. But this is always one I look forward to every year.
And Hubbard continuing to make light of the situation this morning, tweeting, well, that's one way to get out of the PGA Tour Wednesday Pro-Am. It is certainly one way to do it. Mark Hubbard joins us now ahead of the Procore Championship. Mark, at what point did you actually realize that you were going to be working Monday, and did you ever consider just staying home?
Yeah, I mean, I found out I wasn't in the tournament. My brother called me 23 minutes too late and told me that I wasn't in the field. And we, called the necessary people to figure out what had happened and if there was anything we could do. And the answer was Monday qualify or nothing. Like I said in the interview, I think some other tournaments I might have considered just taking the week off, but we were already coming out to see my wife's family, and we had 49er tickets to the Monday night game last night. So I was like, yeah, why not just come do the Monday and see what happens?
Yeah, nice win over the Jets in the Niners season opener. But I want to find out about this dropped phone into the cold plunge. I'm trying to picture, did you put your foot in it? It was like, it's freezing. And then the phone kind of slipped out of your hands. How did you drop the phone in the cold plunge?
It was 6 a.m. I was getting ready to drive up to Dallas to see my coach. I was in, listening to music, whatever, had the phone just kind of on the ledge and got out and was drying off and just kind of somehow knocked it in there. It wasn't the first time I had dropped my phone. The whole back was kind of cracked, which is why I think it was the last straw for the phone since the circuit board was exposed. I think those things are supposed to be waterproof or water resistant, but it didn't stand a chance in the 39 degrees.
Did you feel more pressure in the Monday Q, Mark, or was it kind of strangely liberating in a way to go into that kind of environment to try to earn your spot in the field?
Yeah, totally liberating. I mean, if anything, I took some time off after Memphis and I went into it just kind of being like, okay, this is just a good test to kind of see where my game's at and get some competitive, get the competitive juices flowing and just have, a round that matters and get some work in. I'm playing in the DP event next week, the BMW at Wentworth. So, I just kind of wanted to get some work in before that and see where things were at. And it turns out they're doing okay.
It seems like all professional golfers are just a little bit crazy. I read where you were a little bit frustrated after Memphis. You made 21 of 23 cuts. You made the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row. You finished 68th in the points. What were you frustrated about?
Yeah, I mean, I had a decent year. I played well early. I played well on my one start at the signature events at Pebble, so that kind of made my year kind of early on. But the last couple of months of the season, I definitely wasn't firing on all cylinders. And, that top 50 number is pretty important getting into those signature events, not to mention that the BMW this year was in my home state of Colorado. So that was definitely a very important goal to me that I came up short on. And just, yeah, overall wasn't really happy with my equipment and game and a lot of things. So as much as it was, if I look back at it on the macro level, a really good year, the end of the year was a little bit sour, and I just didn't achieve all my goals. So.
Mark, you did mention you only played one signature event, the AT&T at Pebble, which does kind of put you behind the 8 ball in making certainly the top 50, but perhaps even the top 70. Are you a fan of the top 70 now being the cutoff on the PGA Tour to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like anything else. When we make changes, there's going to be, people that get left out and people that get, a bigger benefit than they necessarily should. And it's a whole process. I think those signature events are a really cool thing. I like the fact that this year we're going to fill the field, if people drop out, and there's going to be an alternate list based on who's playing well, because I think that's an important part of golf is getting the people who are playing the best right now into the most tournaments. So I like that we're doing that. Do I think that 72 is a perfect number? I know it's what they want for, playing twosomes, and that's important to them in TV. So I get it. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the old 120 invitationals. But, at the same time, I know we needed to make some changes. I think the signature events, I think the point totals at the top are good and, indicative to how people play. But I think, there's a lot of guys that didn't play that well, but were in all those events, and the points are just really heavy, from 20th to 40th place. And so there's a lot of guys that, maybe didn't play as good as some other people who weren't in the signature events, but their status their point total kind of got elevated because of that. So there's kinks to be worked out, but I think we're doing that. And, by the time we figure it out, there'll probably be another change in the landscape and we'll have to start all over. So it's fine.
Well, with the pressure of pro golf, I imagine you treasure your downtime. Mark, I don't know if you know this, in a past life, I was the beat writer for the 49ers for the Sacramento Bee. You said you went to the Niners game. Brock Purdy doing Brock Purdy things. Give us kind of a breakdown of the night, kind of away from golf and enjoying some NFL football.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Broncos fan. I'm from Colorado. My expectations are tempered, but I still, always have high hopes for us. So that Seattle win hurt. But my coach, my caddy, and my wife are all diehard Niners fans. So it's been fun the last couple seasons while my Broncos have been struggling to kind of jump on that bandwagon and support them. So those tickets last night were actually an anniversary present for my wife. We got her down on the field, and it was a great night and great watching a really good football team for a change.
Who in America had a better Monday than Mark Hubbard did right. yesterday at this point? Mark, getting back to the work, you still do actually have a lot to play for in this fall series, because the guys who finish 51st through 60th in FedEx Cup points at the end of this, having carried them over from the regular season, they do earn spots in the first two signature events next year as well. Is that on your mind, and how much are you going to play competitively to try to get there over the course of the next couple of months?
Yeah, 100%. I was in a similar position last year, and I played pretty much everything in the fall, trying to get in to get those next 10 Aon spots into Pebble and Riv. And it's important even if you don't. I think I ended up falling short last year and finishing 64th, but because of the pro-am nature of Pebble, it's an 80-person field. So that got me into that. And like I said, it really kicked off my season to a fast start. So it's super important. I'm obviously playing this week now. And then I'm going to play the next 4 after that. So Jackson through Japan, and then kind of see where I'm at and assess. I would love to have played well enough in those 5 tournaments to be done and add an extra month to my off season. But it's just going to be based on how I play. I gotta earn that extra month.
Well, may the happy anniversary week continue in Napa. Some good juice there, as you know, for you and the wife. Thanks for the time, Mark. We'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having me.